sign. Greatsword, hashtag Greatsword's back.
I think so.
All right, here we go. HazardL going against Bruxo. HazardL on the Jaeyun, Bruxo on the Ulgrim here. Obviously, with the most recent Lance buffs, we have been seeing a lot of Lance gameplay thus far within this tournament. You know, Sirs, what do you feel heading into this matchup is definitely going to be the key to victory for someone like HazardL going against Bruxo?
I think it's a great pick by Bruxo right now. We've seen his Ulgrim earlier today.
Yep.
He's great on the axe. He's great on the lance. Now, HazardL's got that sword, that great sword, a little bit slower, but Bruxo's got 2 slow weapons too. Let's see how it plays. Wow, easy early stock. Didn't even finish my analysis, Rain. I think that's where.
I think Bruxo only got hit once. I'm going to be honest. I think only 1 hit got on Bruxo, finishing it off nicely with that Ulgrim D-Sig after just juggling in the air, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with the repetitive nairs into the Sayers and then falling into the D-Lights. Hazard definitely has to find a way to kind of get Bruxo out of their comfort zone because Bruxo is looking locked in. What a beautiful read
hits.
going to that sideline nair.
Throwing
that
out those Sigs too. But you know, this is what we were talking about earlier, right? When you're in the loser's run, you're going hard.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And I feel like the energy that I'm seeing from Bruxo right now is he wants to take this run all the way to the end.
Yeah.
And he's doing it. I mean,
no.
He's almost
don't do it.
him.
Oh, don't do it. Oh, Hazard having such a smart, genius game plan to just bait out that side Sig is able to keep Hazard alive here. But Hazard in such a danger zone, about to almost go down 2 stocks. That's still not enough?
Not
Demon
enough.
Island.
No,
oh, my
Bruxo
goodness.
coming back still on his 3rd stock. And remember, the more Hazard is in this, the bigger that gap leads.
Yep. Oh, look at Bruxo. Hazard has to find a way to eliminate this stock right now. Bruxo is so comfortable, about to go up 2 stocks. They're really neck and neck right now. 1 full stock lead right now for Bruxo. And oh no, back on that Lance, that is such a good weapon to confirm any KO in just 1 read. Oh, but a weapon throw! Hazard going all in. Oh, but unable to
beautiful
connect
Lance
with the
play.
unarmed.
Hazard down to the last stock. Bruxo still sitting on 3 stocks, even though that red is looking a little dark to me right now.
Oh,
beautiful
my
axe
goodness.
combos. Wow.
And that's, you know, that's been the story of this game. Bruxo is hitting every single light attack combo you can imagine with both of their weapons.
Yeah.
Hazard has just been unable to string up a lot of moves with Greatsword, which if you haven't played Greatsword a lot, okay, there you go. You're starting to see it a little bit now. Hazard's starting to get a feel. But Greatsword is a weapon that completely relies on getting a read.
Definitely.
If you're unable to get that read, you're only getting 2 hits, and then you're going to get countered immediately. But if you get that read, you can deal out a ton of damage instantaneously.
Yeah, be careful with that spacing. Be careful. You got to be a little more patient, but if you start connecting, it's a lot of damage.
Speaking of a lot of damage, this might be it for Hazard. I don't know how that D-Sig did not hit.
But there it is, Hazard
Yep.
doing some great spacing, getting those little 2-3 pieces that are so good on Greatsword and equalizing it, but unable to get the ground pound over there.
We are seeing definitely a lot more reads come out from Hazard, but unfortunately the Ulgrim D-Sig sends Hazard packing, going down 0-1 in a best-of-5 for our first matchup here. And wow, I mean, just looking at the replays here, Sirius, what was the biggest difference?
Whew, I mean, Bruxo coming out strong. There was a massive damage difference there. I think, you know, Bruxo's very hungry right now. I don't think he wanted to be in losers, and he's going to try and prove it right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of dominance, too. If you're asking the difference, I think Bruxo exerted a lot of stage control.
100%. I mean, even you look at the damage breakdown right there, over 224 damage advantage for Bruxo, and just looking at the accuracy for everything in as well. 8 Sigs compared to 1. But we are getting a bit of a switch up here. So, Suris, we have Hazard now rotating onto the Magyar.
Right, sticking with that greatsword.
Yep.
So, definitely the weapon he's favoring tonight, but changing up that sword for a hammer, and I wonder if that's going to play well.
I definitely think it is, and obviously Magyar being one of the best defensive characters in the entire game through their stat sheet, and I think Hazard right now, I'm going to give the advantage of game 2, as weird as it sounds, to Hazard right now, because Hazard towards the end of that game has a read. Hazard is understanding now, okay, I know what to do with Greatsword in this scenario, I just have to not take as much damage from these light attack strings.
So you think that extra little bit of defense is going to help him out here?
Absolutely.
He's going to want to try and survive a little longer in those stocks, maybe build up that damage with the hammer.
Yep. I mean, look at this right now as compared to the last stock. Oh, wow. Missing the stomps there, that's tough. That is a tough one right there. That would have been such huge stage control. But Hazard looking for an opportunity to build this damage. But yes, again, Hazard, look at that. Bruxo has already hit 4 light attack strings on Hazard, and Hazard is only at light red.
Right. And there it is. A little 2-piece, not much more than that yet. But, you know, they're still neck and neck. Hazard is in the red, where Bruxo's still in the orange.
Yeah, Hazard just looking for the opportunity, just still unable to get the read, but gets it down. Oh, wait a second. Bruxo said, psych, you thought you had it. Going in right there with the D-Sig as well. I actually like that Hazard is not getting hit by the Ulgrim D-Sig.
Yeah.
Because we saw, I think, 3 in a row.
Oh, beautiful offstage control there. And, you know, I think Hazard has an understanding of the spacing that they need right now.
That was stanky. Yeah, you laughed? That was stanky. That was a stanky ground pound.
A little bit of
Putting
garlic.
them down in the dirt.
A little bit of garlic
real
in that
quick.
one, you know what I mean?
Yep. Oh, absolutely, man. Reminds me of lunch we had earlier. I'll tell you what. Ooh, better out and in.
And
But
there it is,
Hazard
heavy
giving
side
up.
air to even up the stocks right there.
Yep.
And just like that, I think Hazard's right back in it into game 2.
Yeah, Hazard, and what we're seeing is we're seeing a lot more confidence come out from Hazard here, right? Like, Bruxo was kind of like a bull out of a china shop in game 1, building up so much damage, going, oh, no, okay. I was like, all right, if I'm about to say that Bruxo pops off, I'm about to lose my mind.
You know, he got a little too. He didn't get the 3-piece. He didn't get the 4-piece. And that's kind of what I'm seeing in this game. Hazard is spacing himself better. I don't know if that's the hammer or he's just kind of getting used to Bruxo's playstyle, but they've been pretty much neck and neck, first stock and second stock this game.
Yeah, it's 100% Hazard's. I mean, look at that right there. Going into the D-Light ground pound, then into N-Light once again.
Right.
You can definitely tell that Hazard is starting to really download Bruxo's gameplay book here. And Bruxo, if they do not start to mix it up, I guarantee you that Hazard is going to pull out with the dub.
Yeah, but is it enough? I mean, it is only game 2 right now. We have a possible 3 more games. Hazard taking the stock, taking a little bit of lead right now, but it's still so close.
In the first lead of the entire tournament thus far, Hazard is starting to look so much more confident, cool, and collect here. And Bruxo really just hasn't had an answer for this greatsword. And again, over there baiting out the sideline, hitting another greatsword string. Bruxo would have had an amazing Sarah right there, but ended up connecting to that once
Beautiful
again.
unarmed.
And just look at the damage.
He's picking up that hammer now just to punish, and look at that. He's almost taken an entire stock lead just like that.
I'm telling you, this is a different player now. Look at that.
There it is.
Look at that.
Hazard taking game 2.
Yep, scoop
It's
the
evened
kids, scoop the kids, take them to daycare. That's what we call a hammer dare right there. And man, oh man, Magyar popping off for the Hazard. And look at the damage difference as well as we go back to these replays. You know, you just see Hazard with so much confidence. I mean, look at the GC rotation, weapon starve, then going back into the hammer, hitting the Sarah.
Look at the positioning too. You know, we're seeing a lot more dominance and stage control from Hazard. And again, you know, I think in a region that is so aggressive, in a region that really goes for it, dominance and stage control is extremely important.
And what an interesting stat right there. I don't know if you saw it. Hazard did not use a single signature. Not even one. Not a single one attempted. Honestly, it might be. It might be. If you guys don't have the Battle Pass, make sure you check it out. A lot of amazing skins and cosmetics up in there to really up-level your game. And what a better way to up-level your game than watching Brawlhalla Esports and earning those awesome viewership awards over here on Twitch. Let us know how you feel about the current matches with hashtag BHEsports as well. And here we go. Game number 2, Hazard on the Magyar once again, and Bruxo on the Ulgrim. Now, something I like about this switch up thus far, sirs, is that we're now on Small Mammoth Fortress.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there's that platform.
Haven't seen a lot of this map recently.
No, not at all. Not at all, actually, today.
Yeah. You know, I do love the fact that the last couple games have been pretty much neck and neck.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, we haven't seen anyone take complete dominance. And you know, at this stage, even when you're getting into losers, it's just top-tier players. This is what you're expecting, and this is what you're getting. And I'd love to see another Game 5 here.
Yep, a whole lot of adaptation and not missing any of the guaranteed hits that you know these players should be making in each scenario. So right now, look at Hazard. We talked about it. The great sword read. What a beautiful dodging right there. And aiming.
Nice little down air as well.
Oh.
Beautiful dodge out.
You know, we still have not seen a SIG. I want to see that Magyar end SIG.
Yeah.
One of the coolest SIGs in the game. We talked about it actually earlier. When the soul comes out, grabs the opponent, and then launches them all the way out of the stage. One of the coolest ones ever.
Honestly, man, when that connects, it takes a little bit of my soul, too.
Absolutely.
Beautiful uppercut. Not enough to send, though.
Ooh, stomps there. Stomps there. Oh.
Ooh, Hazard letting him get back on stage. But again, they're just so neck and neck. Beautiful landside air.
We're never going to see a SIG again. Hazard's like, you know what, I tried.
Oh!
What a great
mind
bait.
games.
What a great bait.
Games. Yeah, he wasn't able to make it back, and a lot of that is due to that pressure from Bruxo.
Absolutely. And right now, the mental for Hazard is going to be at a huge test.
Yeah.
Because Hazard should have definitely got that stock, but Bruxo outplayed Hazard in such a beautiful way right there that it now has Hazard having to play on the offensive, but Hazard clapping back.
Yeah, it's even.
Beautiful Sarah once again.
Now, I got to ask you, Rang.
Yep.
If Hazard takes this series, Is it an upset in your opinion?
Honestly, I'll just say yes because of the Magyar pick.
Okay.
You know, we haven't seen a lot of success with Magyar, you know, besides Sandstorm and NA of last year. So I think I'll actually be very happy if Hazard wins. So I'll be like, yo, let's go. Look, see, Magyar's not bad. Magyar's actually pretty good.
You know, I wasn't expecting it, but I didn't think it was going to be this close. And again, love to see a Game 5 right now.
Yeah, and I'm loving Bruxo. So Bruxo started to understand, like, okay, if Hazard's going to stay stacked, I got to start throwing out a lot more nairs. And what that's doing is at least building up enough damage for Bruxo to maybe get one of the confirmed KOs with those SIGs. But Hazard is just hitting these wake-ups again! Double stomp into the sideline, down in the stair. How's he going to finish it? How's he going to finish
unable to get the recovery, a little scoop over there. But, it's not enough to send Bruxo. Bruxo's still in it, but Rain, they're still neck and neck. I mean, both of them on their second stock, and they just cannot confirm.
Oh, no.
Breakdance action.
No, Bruxo. Okay.
Side light, not enough. Hazard just able to make it back. Beautiful weapon throw.
Come on. They both know. They both know how critical it is, whoever gets the stock right now, because it's going to lead into such an advantage for... Oh, Hazard! Right. Hazard, I guarantee you, meant to go for recovery there, but it's not working. Whoa, 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 whoa! The end light interrupts with the weapon throw. Both these players are literally at barbecue health. Magyar's not dead off the end light.
It's not enough.
That's what we talked about, the difference.
The big defense there.
The difference!
Right, and that's what he wants. He wants to stay alive for longer.
Oh,
another weapon throw. It's just not enough. Weapon throw after weapon throw. Can he make it back?
Bruxo, I love it. Bruxo said, I cannot confirm the KO with an attack, so I will throw my weapon at you until you fall off the stage, you giant defensive ghost armor soldier thing.
I counted 3 weapon throws to confirm that one.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. That was pretty, I must say, you know, I think.
That's commitment. That's
you know what? It's like, hey, if you're not going to dodge this, maybe this will work. But again.
And there it is. Hazard answering back so quickly.
Dead even too. Literally, hey, check this out. Literally dead even.
Yeah.
Because Magyar's dead. All right, here we go. Here we go. Hazard against Bruxo.
Hazard beautiful greatsword combos.
Oh, man.
I feel like Bruxo's playing a little more carefully right now. Just playing that little bit safer, not going for the big, heavy, aggressive Lance reads we saw earlier games and earlier in this set.
Well, it's because Hazard's just adapted so well, right? Like, notice Hazard. Hazard's just baiting, right? Dash in, then immediately dash out and try to hit a stomp air, or go into a stomp air for the Russian Mafia. And Bruxo, we just talked about that. Bruxo's starting to make so much of the opportunities using the nairs because Hazard is floating above Bruxo every single time.
Right, and he's building it up, switching to the action. Exactly for that reason.
Oh, no. This could be dangerous. Could be dangerous. Maybe a little Olgrim Ensig off edge. That'd be pretty neat. Oh!
You know, coming into Game 3, I got to say this Magyar pick has been great. I think it's really brought Hazard back.
You know what I think would be a great thing right now that we would not expect? Would be a SIG from Hazard. I'm just saying.
You know, I mean, based on the stats earlier. Beautiful. Beautiful Lance pickup right there.
You know what we call that? We call that closing the gate. Weapon throw, throwing up, Lance spawning. You got nowhere to go but down to the downtown to the Brawlhalla graveyard. And man, oh man, closing the game right there. That was beautiful.
Yeah, Bruxo taking Game 3, but take a look. Stats are still pretty even. I think Game 4 could be Hazard.
Oh, look at the weapon throw. There you go. That was 3. That was
Third time's a charm.
Yep. I love it. I love it. It just look at that. Close the gate.
That was great. That was great.
You may not
weapon
enter.
Throw to distract, and then right there with this.
Yeah, you know what? You shall not pass.
Hazard coming out a little more with the damage on hammer. So he is favoring that hammer, even though I feel like we didn't see a lot of it, but getting those big hits.
It's the Sayers, man. Sayers and Nairs. It doesn't look like it does a lot, but once you see 5 of them hit somebody in the face, you're like, oh my goodness. Oh!
Demon Island. Okay.
Forget everything we talked about. A bit of a legend swap here, sir.
Ooh, Hazard coming out strong in that Asuri pick, picking up sword right off the bat.
I love it. Hazard's over it. Hazard said, look, I'm just going to play a completely different style character than what I've played thus far in this matchup, and I'm going to play extremely aggro as well. And we're seeing Hazard untouched, getting Bruxo all the way to almost red now.
You thought you had the read on me with the greatsword, but you didn't because I switched to a surge.
Let me see what you can do against sword.
He is playing great. Look at that punishing side airs.
Ensig?
Not enough. He's playing a little conservative. I don't think he's going too crazy right now with the Asuri, but it's great switching it up into Game 4. I mean, That's quite a play, and it's great because he's lost all the reads he's got on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Bruxo, this is going to tell us how good of a player Bruxo is right now at this level, because Bruxo is going to have to adapt completely differently to what we've seen thus far in this tournament. And, you know, shout out to Hazard in this situation, being down 2-1, going with such a completely different pick of what you played thus far in this tournament, and it does seem to be working out extremely well. So
yeah, I think this is
Bruxo
the biggest gap we've seen so far in the series.
Sure.
I mean, Bruxo easily a little bit lower, but you know, that axe just hits so heavy right now. But Hazard with a great edge guard. I mean, he's doing great on this Asuri.
Okay, moment of truth right here. Can Hazard make it shake with the Katars? That's what I'm most curious about here. And is Bruxo good against the Katars? We have not seen Bruxo play against Katars at all throughout this set whatsoever. Is it going to be a difference? Oh, no.
The punish.
Oh, no. Oh, no,
there
the read!
He is getting the
read!
Whoo, an easy punish with those 6 coming out from Bruxo. Hazard just giving him a little bit of taste of Qatar loops right
I smell
there.
a dunk. I smell a dunk.
I think so too. And just remember, if Hazard closes this stock range, he's going to be a full 2 stocks ahead of this.
That's tough. Oh, closing the gate!
Oh, Hazard got it,
in.
takes the stock. Is it enough? Bruxo makes it back. What?
Oh, he didn't touch?
He didn't touch.
Me?
He didn't touch.
You know what it is? See the wall in Demon Island Tail? There's a little chip right there?
Right there at the corner, very corner,
Everyone who might be in chat or at home or whatever saying he touched, no. There's a chip in that wall.
Yeah. But listen, Hazard's still got a great lead.
Absolutely.
Almost a stock lead. He's going to want to close it up.
There you go.
The recovery's enough to send.
Great D-Light. Great D-Light recovery right there. Tried and true KO confirm option for sword every single time.
You know, a great map for this, too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, honestly, it kind of looks like Hazard has a bit of a home field advantage, I must say, with the skin and the color cosmetic right now.
But this is great. I mean, if Hazard's looking great in the lead right now, which would mean Sears would be tied up too.
Yep. We would get our first game 5 that we looked at thus far. But I will say Bruxo is still in a very strong position here, because if Bruxo can just get a couple reads, you know, Asuri is definitely one of those characters that, yeah, you know, they put out a ton of damage, but they definitely get KO'd very easily, especially if you can maintain stage control and keep them off of their preferred weapon right now. But apparently Hazard does not care, because the sword is out and the KOs are about to be flying out.
Ooh, Hazard following up though, taking a stock, but Rain. I feel like coming into game 4, I feel like Hazard's showing a lot more control.
A ton. Just so much more confidence, so much more control. Bruxo going for the weapon starve now, being like, okay, I understand. I have to find a way back into this match. Bruxo still is not out of it, but oh no, this is going to be tough. Katars into Axe, one of the toughest things in the world with the read.
Hazard looking to end it real quick. Not enough right there. Bruxo going for the unarmed. Hazard successful with the weapon starve. There it is. Bruxo got the axe again. Not really favoring the lance, if you've noticed. In this match.
Lance is one of those weapons. Either you're going to do really, really good with it, or really, really bad. There's pretty much no in between with that weapon, and we've noticed that throughout this tournament a lot in you know, South America, especially even like with Wesley rotating off into the Volkov in that last match. So Bruxo though holding on the edge here. Can Bruxo find a way to build up this damage?
Beautiful D-Light recovery. Taking game 4.
Hazard.
Rain, we're going to game 5.
Hazard's looking real hazardous.
Yeah. Well, this is what I mean. Listen, last 2 games have been ridiculously close. We're in another game 5, and this is what happens when you get up here in the top tiers. Losers run, winners run. I mean, they're just so close right now.
Yeah, and I'm so curious here, you know, especially looking back at these replays, right? Like Hazard not only won that match, Hazard dominated.
Yeah,
Hazard
I mean, take a look at the damage difference.
Oh my gosh.
636 from Hazard and only 402 from Bruxo.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
That is absolutely nuts. And, you know, I'm so curious, you know, looking at these different aspects in the stat sheet here, we are seeing, again, like you talked about, you know, 234 damage advantage for Hazard. Like that is, in a fighting game, especially Brawlhalla, that's a whole stock. That's literally a whole stock difference. Yeah. And so when it just shows you the difference in, you know, overall potential and commitment to winning in those matchups that Hazard showed was huge. And
Rain.
Oh, I like it.
Rain.
I like
Do you
it.
see what I'm seeing?
Dude, game 5? Why not?
Game 5.
Why not?
Right? Why not?
Why not?
Ooh, we've got a double Asuri mirror match right now in game 5. Bruxo switching to Asuri. Hazard sticking with the Asuri that we saw in game 4.
And I must say, you know, I'm pretty excited. Oh, Hazard
coming out strong with the Katars.
Double N-Light read into the double recovery, already getting Bruxo into the orange.
Not letting Bruxo get anything.
I think Hazard's mad. I think Hazard took this as disrespectful and said, you think you're going to beat me with a legend I just dominated with you? Let's find out. Let's find out.
Hazard wants this, and I can feel it.
Now, Bruxo's starting to heat up, though. Definitely hitting the Qatar reads.
Yeah, I got to say, Hazard threw away those guitars real quick to pick up the sword, which, I mean, we have seen him dominate with the sword in the last couple matches, whether it's, you know, Bodvar or...
Oh, both players are just trying to play so smart right now. And that's the thing about guitars. Bruxo was so far behind on this stock.
Beautiful.
But all of a sudden,
overtaking,
that's
right.
crazy.
Picks up
the
that
strings.
sword.
Wow.
Down light side air.
Wow.
Great option, but Hazard's not too far behind. We've seen him take a lead from a loss this year.
And what a storyline if Bruxo wins this playing a Surrey.
Yeah.
Playing Olgrim the entire time going into Game 5 and then wins with a Surrey, what Hazard had to use to then start taking advantage of these matches. That's incredible. I love it.
I mean, I think it's a great option. You know, the same reason Hazard picked it in Game 4. We want a little bit of a switch up, and it's a legend that Bruxo is comfortable with too. There it is, evening up on the second stock for both of them.
Okay, and it looks like Hazard is going to commit to the Katars once again. You know, Katars being one of those weapons that can build up so much damage so fast if you could just get one read.
Oh, look at that. The read right there. It's enough. And a second one. Bruxo in the orange right now.
We better see a dunk. Double a Surrey.
Hey, Bruxo answering back, huh?
No, it's nasty. Look at it. You literally, if you were watching this for the past 5 seconds, you're saying, oh, Hazard is dominating. And then if you watched it for 2 seconds, you're like, wait, no, Bruxo's dominating. They just keep trading back and forth, and that's why these stocks are so even right now. Both players knows what's on the line. This is the loser's side. The loser is out of this tournament. The winner is moving on, and we got to know how bad not only do you want to put on for your country, but how bad do you want the bag?
Whew, for the championship, right? I mean, this is your last chance. When you're in losers, you had a mulligan, you got through, but this is it. This is for it all, right? You got to take it all the way. And both of them want it. Hazard in the deep red, Bruxo in the deep orange right now. They're still neck and neck, man. I think it's too close to call.
Oh, go. No way. Bruxo did not punish that. Hazard went a little in too deep with the side sig there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to connect. Now going for the weapon throw. And I see both players understand right now, especially Hazard, rotating now back into the sword, is that Hazard did not have a true KO confirm option to use those guitars. And that's why we're also seeing Bruxo in this very high damage as well on sword. But that recovery will do it. That recovery will do it.
Taking a little bit of lead in Game 5.
All right, Sirs, right now, you're in Las Vegas. You have $1 million. You got to put it on Bruxo or Hazard. Who are you taking?
I'm not a big bettor, but you know what? I think I'm going to say Bruxo.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I
don't know why.
I'll take Hazard. I'll take Hazard.
I feel like he's going to clutch it, even though Hazard's been performing better the last couple games.
We'll put a million mammoth coins on it. You know, loser has to go to the blue mammoth. All right, here we go. This is it. Game number 5. It all comes down to this. Oh, Bruxo with the reads.
Great
what a
damage.
Beautiful rotation.
This is it. Bruxo's going to want to just build that damage right now. He's already got Hazard into the orange on the last stock.
Hazard knows. Hazard knows too that if Hazard gets into the red, this match is going to be over. But Hazard confirms
Beautiful little D-Light recovery, but remember, Hazard's in the orange.
Orange health.
All Bruxo's got to do is just play a little carefully, build up that damage, and then a D-Light recovery to end it.
And look at Hazard. Hazard playing so aggressive right now, understanding.
Ooh, picks up the sword.
Oh, the read! The
read!
read!
There it is again. Oh. It's not enough, Rain. It's not enough. Bruxo's still in the yellow. Hazard needs a lot more damage.
Oh, he got the read again! Into the nair. Oh, stop. Stop. Off the edge. GCN sig, don't do it.
Hazard's
don't
evened
do
it up.
Oh,
the sig, the punish.
Oh, went for the dunk. Oh, my gosh. I almost cried. Hazard looking for the perfect
Great weapon throw. They're neck and neck.
Sirs, this is it. This is it. Hazard has made the comeback. Oh, got the read.
Oh, he didn't get the recovery.
Now, a big thing to know with Katars that Katars, again, do not have a confirmed KO option, but the read is. Oh, my God.
Hazard taking Game 5.
What?
Out of nowhere.
What? You owe me 1 million mammoth coins. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Wow. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. Bruxo had a great lead, but Hazard just played carefully, asserted the dominance, and look at that. Just building up the damage. He got a bunch of those reads on Katars and was able to claw it back.
And I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter that Hazard won this matchup. You know who won this matchup? Qatar players all around the world. Qatar players all around the world are the winner of this matchup. But oh my goodness gracious!
Hazard had the damage. Yeah. Hazard had the damage advantage over there. Everything else looks pretty even. I'd say a lot more light attacks coming from Bruxo, but just not able to connect as many.
It's just, I mean, look at it right there. Look at this.